I'm Michael Harris, online editor of HydroWorld.com for Penwell, and here are this week's hydro headlines. Starting off in India, the National Hydroelectric Power Corporation has begun full commercial operation of its 240-megawatt RWE 2 plant with the full availability of water. Although NHPC synchronized Units 1 and 3 in September and Unit 2 in November, the fourth had not been put into operation until this month. The project includes turbines, generators, and auxiliaries manufactured by Alstom, who said the plant's full startup had been hampered by limited water and difficult terrain. The project is located in the northern Jammu and Kashmir state and uses a downstream water discharge from the 480-megawatt RWE 1. The plant is part of the state's renewed emphasis on developing its hydroelectric resources, which, according to the government, could account for as much as 8,000 megawatts. Now in Europe, German developer RWE Innogy has completed work on the 4-megawatt Maldie plant in Scotland. Maldie includes two 2-megawatt Francis turbine units, the first of which was commissioned a year ago, though the second was not put into service until this month. RWE says designing the plant was a challenge, with particular emphasis making sure the powerhouse fit into the surrounding area. The $23.15 million project marks RWE's first entry in the United Kingdom's hydropower market, but the company says it is already working on a second 3-megawatt plant in Scotland. Now in Asia, the Myanmar Minister of Electric Power has granted approval to Asia World and China's Hanergy Group Holding Limited to develop a 1,400-megawatt project along the Thon Nguyen River. The Upper Thon Nguyen would be a joint venture, allowing the companies to operate the plant for up to 40 years under a build, operate, transfer plan, with all but about 10% of its output being sold to China. The Hanergy Group reportedly signed a memorandum of agreement for the plant's development with the Myanmar government in 2010. And last, Hydro Review and HRW Hydro Review Worldwide publisher Marla Barnes recently had an opportunity to catch up with Canadian Hydropower Association environmental management specialist Anne-Raphaelle Audouin, who discussed some of the key issues and topics addressed during CHA's recent forum on hydropower.
As a newcomer to the industry, give us your perspective about where you see the value of hydro to the country.
Yeah. I think in Canada we have a very exciting story to tell, and quite a unique story. More than 60% of the electricity is produced thanks to hydropower. So it's a great news that we're always happy to share with the public in general, and most certainly with our stakeholders. And also it's just the tip of the iceberg, because on top of that, we can, just by refurbishing, as you said, our existing facilities, we can increase our installed capacity. We are just excited about the message and always excited to share that with all the people in Canada interested in hydropower.
And so from a government affairs perspective, what are some of the things that, as you look into the future, that you'll be focusing on and working on as priorities for CHA?
Yeah. We spent a lot of time in the last few years focusing on regulatory issues and working hand in hand with our members, and also working with the different government agencies. So now, looking forward a little bit, we want to focus more on general awareness, education about hydropower, reaching out to the public, and just making sure that our general messages are understood.
Excellent. Well, you have a great message to tell.
Yeah,
we really welcome you to the hydro world, and wish you great success in your new position.
Thank you very much.
For more information about all the things CHA is doing, visit canadahydro.ca. That's the news for this week. Be sure to connect to our Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter feeds for even more ways to interact. Watch for this newscast each and every week, brought to you by Hydro Consulting and Maintenance Services.